All right. Sorry, I just finished eating a sandwich. It was so good. It's just like some nice brioche bread, some cheese, and some lettuce. Ah, delicious. Anyways, I just want to say real quick that I enjoyed the journey of putting together this interview with you guys. Kurt, Melissa, Nic, Ken. You guys were such a great experience for my first time doing something like this. And, it's helping me grow my skills. And you guys were willing enough to be vulnerable in front of the camera. And so, to me, it made total sense to show you guys first, this interview, and hopefully you guys can see yourself in as a whole group, outside of everybody, and just see how you guys are and that dynamic, and just how cool and unique of individuals that you guys each are. Going through this, because I have to go through multiple times and multiple parts and tweak things here and there, cut things here and there. And while doing this, I got to, really see your guys' personalities come through so well. And so, yeah, I just wanted to put this at the beginning, specifically for your guys' viewing of this interview. And just express that that this is the first kind of big project I think I've taken on and completed, and so whatever you guys think of it, just know that I had a genuinely good time, beginning the interview, asking, see if you guys are open to it, coming up with the questions, and really wanting to get to know who you guys are. And it was awesome. It was just a very pleasurable first time experience, which I think is important in delving into something like this. You guys were really yourselves, and kind of set a good expectation for how these things should go, and just, it's always, I'm always trying to bring the good vibes when I pursue things or decide to invest my energy into it. So, and I wasn't sure how all this was going to work out, but it ended up being you guys to be this first interview, so I wouldn't have it any other way. It's been fun and it's been cool, and so now, without further ado, I'll let you guys watch the interview, but just know that this little snippet right here is specifically for you guys. But the whole intention was, Todd from Cool FM brought me the idea of interviewing local bands, and that we could put it up there. And so that is still the plan, unless there's a specific reason that you guys don't want it up there. Just let me know, and I'll let him know and stuff. But if you guys are open, just know that we'll be sharing this with Cool FM. Most likely Cool FM Films, because Evan was a big help in filming you guys as well, and so it'd be up on Cool FM Films, I'm sure, with you guys' permission. And yeah, but honestly, whether it gets released or not, I'm so excited, and I'm glad I personally have this interview. with you guys. But yeah, just know that it'd be cool to later on down the road film you guys again and kind of catch up with you guys. But yeah, without further ado, here's the Dustoff interview for you guys. So I hope you enjoy. I guess that goes into this for you guys is what is the importance of music to you guys? Like why do you resonate it? Because there's a lot of things people enjoy, shows, people enjoy this and that, but you know, you got brought to this in a very big way. So like, what is it that's powerful for you?
Expression. It gets whatever's inside your head and your heart out. You know, everybody can hear a song and will feel something different from the words, the tone, the instruments, even all the way to the drums, the bass line, guitars. They're going to feel something different from everybody else. No one's going to feel the same exact thing that anybody else will when they hear a song. It's going to hit them differently.
All right. So, welcome everybody. This is like I would say, I classify this probably season 2 of Coffee Shop Sitdowns. And so, but you guys are like the first interview that I think that I've done. So this is very cool, very special. So I appreciate you guys for being here. Like genuinely, thank you. And I'm excited to see the answers to the questions I have for you guys. So I guess we'll first get started with some introductions. Start on this end and work the way. Sound good?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. I'm Kurt Legnon. I'm the lead singer for the band. Born and raised in Southeast Texas. I came here by way of the Army. Got stationed here in 2020. And I just retired, so now we're calling Sierra Vista home.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Yeah, I retired the last month, so.
Okay, and then you end up, is that okay? While joining the band, then it's like something to.
Yeah, this is a luck fell in my lap with this one. I was really happy when I was asked.
That's epic.
Yeah.
Very cool. Thank you.
I'm Marissa Black. I am the fiddle player for Dustoff, and I was raised in Idaho. Came down here about 8 years ago. We love it down here, and yeah.
Okay, did not know that. Awesome. Thank you.
I'm Ken Huber. I'm the bass player, backup vocals. Got to Sierra Vista in '87.
Okay.
Worked for the Army.
2 Army people.
Got in a band in mid to late '90s. And wanted to get back into it, and I was lucky enough to find these guys looking for a bass player. So.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Nick Machete. I'm a Sierra Vista local, really. Also here by way of military, but my parents, who retired here 20 years ago, 30 years ago at this point. So I've been here since about 90, 91 too. I don't know. I play drums for the band. I don't know. I think we'll save the rest, really.
Okay, yeah. No, that's cool. For playing the drums, I'm assuming that kicked in when you were a kid. Like you had pencils or something that you would just.
Sure. Well, I definitely played. Like I was like a tapper and a fidgeter. Actually, the first instrument I tried to play was saxophone in 5th grade in band. But notes were too high of a hill for me to climb. So in 6th grade, I went to a different school and I had a chance to try something different. So I was like, no, I'm gonna try drums this time. You don't got to do the notes. You only have to do the rhythm. And even that was tricky, but I got along pretty well by copying the girl in my drum class who was better than me. So I just copied everything she did, and it was great. So I've been playing since I was a kid, but I hadn't ever played country music until I met these folks, actually.
Okay, so it was like a new genre.
Yeah.
Dang, okay.
Yeah.
Now, with that being the case, does the drumming actually switch up pretty significantly for like country songs?
I would say, yeah. I mean, I answered their ad. They had an ad for looking for a drummer, and I was like, well, I've never played country, but I really just want to play music really bad. So I was like, I should try it out. So it's definitely different than what I've played before. It's a little more. There's like certain tropes that come up, that kind of slip in, like after listening to like the body of music they gave me to listen to, like certain things, like patterns started showing up. I'm like, okay, a lot, like, and you kind of got the vibe for it. So now I kind of have a better feel for how the structure and but it's different than, I played maybe heavier stuff before, or I like to say weirder music and, progressive rock. I don't know, but certainly not cutting. Like it's a lot more focused and more like you're not the most important part right here. The drums are the background of it, and they're like the driving, but you're not. You don't want to overplay in that.
I get
sense, right?
Like not show off, but I will say I think it is an important part because that literally keeps everyone on the same rhythm.
Right. It's important to be steady, but not overdo it to detract from what like the real focus, which is like in everything else, really. But it gets but then you do get your moments to shine and stand out and stuff, just like everything else. So it's been a fun change. I'm definitely taken to it. I think. Yeah.
I bet, especially with like the long hair. I can just imagine you like getting in the zone and stuff. The hair going crazy. That is awesome, man. Well, I appreciate you sharing that. Thank you. And then bass playing. That is interesting. I will say, if I like looking at you right now, I would never assume that you're a bass player, but I've seen you before, and so you're pretty chill and you're in the zone. And so I'm curious on how your story ended up coming along to discovering bass.
This is kind of a.
If you want to share,
I had a marriage that didn't work out, so I had a lot of time on my hands.
Okay.
So I picked up guitar and bass, and guitar first, and then I had a friend at work that was saying, "Hey, I was just interested. What about bass?" He goes, "Hey, come over to my house. I can teach you bass in a couple of hours." And I really liked it, and so I just worked on it. And then I got in a band with another guitar player I had met at a bar. He was playing in a band, and I'm like, "Hey, you're really good," and we became friends. And I was picking up enough bass, and he goes, "Well, I'm trying to form this band with this person I know," and that's kind of how it all got kicked off.
Oh, okay.
And we played steady for several years, and I just got better and better, to where I could be, the bass player in a band. Yeah. He was already fantastic.
Yeah, but no, that was a good mentor to have around you and doing that and exploring.
And we just got along great. We had the same personalities and stuff.
Okay.
That's kind of what that story was.
That is cool. Now, I do got to ask too, because you started with the guitar, but then you ended up going towards bass. So
I think that's natural. People pick up an acoustic and learn some chords and maybe sing with it, and you can learn 3 chords, and all of a sudden you're playing 50 songs in a matter of weeks if you're
a lot of songs,
and it sucks you in because it's not that hard to get to a level where you can kind of play along with songs. So it drags you into the harder practice, the learning scales, and getting more specialized.
You also had your band experience.
Well, yeah, and I was a trumpet player in band, so which you wouldn't think would really help with, but a lot of basics like reading music and just being able to play with a group and all that. All that stuff kind of helps, even though it's not the same instrument.
Yeah.
Where the fundamentals kind of like transfer across it.
Yeah.
Now I can't read bass notes, which is unfortunate. If I want to read notes, I have to transpose them to treble clef.
That's cool, man. That is awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that. That was cool. All right, what about you? If I do know that you've had a couple instruments that you've gone through, but what settled on like the fiddle and like focusing on that?
Well, fiddle's my first instrument.
Okay.
I started when I was 6 years old. my first grade class, one of the teachers in our school got a grant to get all of the first graders a little fiddle and a VHS tape instructional video.
Okay.
And we all got to take it home, and out of everybody in that first grade school, I was the only one that kept with it. So, and the reason I did it is because I wanted to be different. I didn't want to be like everybody else. I wanted something that I had that would make me interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just stuck with it, and I've never done any classical. So I grew up playing old time music and then a little bit of Celtic music. When I got to college, I was in a Celtic band, and then I did a bluegrass band as well. And then about 6 years ago, I started playing country with my other band in Tucson.
Okay.
And now Dustoff.
Dang.
Yeah.
I'm personally a big fan of Celtic music, so it's like it's so magical.
Yeah.
And so to hear that you did, I was like, that is cool.
It was a good time.
That is very cool.
I do miss it a little bit.
Would you ever like step back into that if you had the opportunity?
Maybe I would say it's a lot more work.
Okay.
Like,
a lot more nuances to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I can do the technique just as well, but like learning the songs is harder than like improvising to a country song, like doing background fiddle stuff, you know.
Gotcha.
So.
Okay.
But yeah, it'd be fun.
Very cool. Well, thank you for sharing. All right, and guitarist right here, huh?
Yeah, rhythm guitar.
Okay.
Yeah, can't do the fancy stuff.
He does a little bit of
I'm getting better.
I feel you on that, man.
Yeah.
That's literally same. So, if you being in the military was the guitar a thing that you had there and was able to help like in between when you were doing things?
Yeah. Well, it also started when I was in high school for guitar. My buddies played guitar. They had a little jam band, our junior, senior high school, and I got tired of lugging all the equipment around. So I was like, I want to learn how to play. So I started teaching myself how to play back in 2001, and I just kept going. But yeah, I just used it during breaks, and there was some breaks where I stopped playing guitar due to various reasons. And, but I've been playing it just about the entire time I've been in the Army.
I guess so.
Yeah, had a couple bands along the way. I had one in Korea. That was the first band I ever played in. That was a lot of fun. And then no bands for the longest time. And then the next band I had was a jam band in Germany back in, this is just about 6-7 years ago. And then when I came here, I got stepped into the front man position for No Alibis. It's a country rock band here. And then had the opportunity to also be the front man for Dustoff. So
whoa,
it was great. It was great.
That is for
little rhythm guitar.
Hey, dude, it can go a long way, man.
Yeah,
like it definitely go a long way. I will say, when you first started getting, did you know about calluses before going into learning guitar, or was it like you were starting to play and you're like, ah?
No, I did. I've been playing I started off playing the viola back in like the 4th grade, and I did viola and violin all through grade school, through high school.
So you're familiar with strings?
Familiar with strings. Okay. I've been playing string instruments for a long time.
Whoa. Dang, what was
that? Have you been singing the whole time you played guitar too? Or did you start that later?
No, so I started singing first. I started singing when I was in, a lot of people do it, but it's in church choir. So I started singing with church choir back when I was a kid, kids youth choir. And then I was in choir when I was in middle school. I was in choir in high school. So singing has always been something I've loved. And then guitar came later.
Yeah. Oh, that is so cool. I feel like on the choir thing too. Was anyone else here in choir? Choir as well? Yeah. Choir?
Not me. No.
Not you're the only one.
I'm just finding out now. I'm the only
non-choir person.
Is it getting to know us?
Yes.
Man, that is so cool though. It's like the commonalities, but also like the major differences and. Man, this is really interesting.
My dad was the band director, so I had to be in all that stuff.
You were the director's child. Okay.
Yeah, so we kind of had to, set an example.
Now,
even if we weren't talented, we had to.
But I gotta ask though too. Like, did you feel pressure from that? Like, did you feel like you had to do something in music?
I enjoyed it anyway, so.
So you kind of welcomed it then.
Yeah.
All right. That was really cool though. I mean, it definitely worked out. I mean, learning guitar and now bass. Man.
He knows how to play piano too.
No.
And
I would have brought that.
Oh dang, okay.
Play a couple chords.
Chopsticks.
Man, that is awesome, man. Alright, well, I'll say with that, the introduction's going out of the way. Origin story. We gotta know how Dustoff formed. So apparently you're the one that.
Yeah. So I'm a big fan of Doc's Watering Hole. It's a great place.
Same.
Love it. And the owner Aaron and I were talking because my Tucson band had come down to play a couple times, and he knows I'm local here to Sierra Vista. So I was talking to him one day, and we were talking about getting a house band together for Docs to play either every week or every other week. And I was like, yeah, I'm down. And I was kind of waiting for another guy, a bass player actually, who was like quitting his band and then was gonna start with our band. But then that never ended up happening, and so I was just like doing nothing. I was like, are we ever gonna start this band? And so finally one day I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna start the band. It's gonna happen.
Okay, cool.
And so I was gonna do auditions for lead singer, and I was talking to my husband about it, and he just comes out of the blue with, well, I'll do it. And I was like, what? Okay. So my husband was the original lead singer, and how long has it been? Like 6 months?
A year and a half.
Yeah, he sang with us for about a year and a half.
Yeah. Okay.
It's been about 6 months now since he quit. We hired Kurt. I did have auditions for bass. He was the clear best.
Had that it factor. Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. I'm retired. I can be better at everything.
Yeah. Well, I will say I like because you guys are very like distinct individuals. Like just looking at you guys, but also hearing from you, and me being a nerd, I'm also like gives me like Avengers type vibe. It's like you have totally different people, but then you unite them, and it's like it creates this entirely cool, like unique thing that it's bigger, and it's just I think that's what adds some of the magic to a band, and because like I don't know, I feel like there's a secret sauce or something like having you in band. So that is cool. It's good to know that.
So these two have been with us for about 6 months. What was that?
Oh, you guys came in at the same time.
April. Yeah. Our first show all together was
in April.
Yeah. And we also had auditions for drummers, and again, it's like as soon as we heard him play,
now he was the clear winner.
That's the one. Definitely.
Now, how does that actually work out? Do you give him like a solo then to do?
Yeah. So we picked. Go ahead.
Yeah, we picked 4 songs.
It's 5.
5 songs.
He's like,
I'll never forget.
We tried to pick songs that span this style and that style.
The hardest ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there was a
so like some
there was some
slow
tricky ones.
two-steppers.
Exactly.
Well, like
there was a slow
1, 3, 4
waltz
time.
And
the train beat a couple of those, and
Okay.
because that's a big thing in country.
Yeah. Make sure it's versatile too,
Right.
so you can. Okay. That makes sense. Because someone can be like really good at like the fast stuff.
That
and then
train
they
beat
go to
can make or break a drummer.
Yeah.
It's
For
tough.
sure.
Right, that's kind of what I was saying before. There's like it's a different toolkit for playing along to all these country songs like that I wasn't necessarily used to before, and kind of had to just learn a different approach to things. But it's been fun. It was like a really fun challenge, and then just get like 60 songs and like, all right, you gotta sit down and learn all these.
I got this.
Yeah.
Man, that was cool. Yeah, because I'm assuming like something like jazz, it'd be a lot of hi hats.
Sure. Yeah.
And then whereas like you got the hard rock where it's like a lot of the and then for like country it's a bit of a swing to it with
there's a lot of swing, a lot of laid back stuff, a lot of like you said the train beat. Sometimes that's all you need for like the whole song, and like it's important. You gotta be able to do it right. Yeah.
Very cool. And for you, what was it like being brought into Dustoff?
Oh, it was great for me. I love country music. From my other band, I love No Alibis too. It's just a different sound. It's southern rock, country rock, and I love the true country sound, and I missed it. So whenever I was asked, it was an immediate yes, because I've listened to them play. I've heard the songs they played, and to be invited to be step in as the front man, lead singer, it was an honor. I was really excited to be able to step in and fill those boots.
That's cool. I think if I remember correctly, I think I was there on the final night because you guys had cake and everything, and then also the first night that you were there too and stuff, and like yeah, dude, I was impressed. I remember that, so that's solid, very awesome, and Doc's water.
Yeah,
so cool.
Good for else, yeah.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there. I guess the next question is musical influences. So everyone, I feel like, has their niche and stuff that they enjoy. And so starting this way, I guess going that way, what are some of your influences?
Man, heavy country music influence since I was a kid, but also Queen. I listened to Queen a lot when I was a kid. I love the Beach Boys. Like the genres didn't really matter to me. I just liked music, and so I would listen to anything that I enjoyed and had good vocals, good rhythm, good sounds. And so I had a lot of influence, I would say, from a lot of different bands growing up. But I was always, true to country music. But like the vocals of Freddie Mercury are phenomenal, like unmatched, and the harmonies from the Beach Boys. I love singing harmony.
They were really good at harmonies. Yeah. That's a good point.
I love the harmonies. The old doo-wop. I love that. It's stuff like that. It's really great. I loved the old school crooners. And just the amount of emotion and feelings they put through songs to just to push it onto the crowd. It's amazing. And it's progressed through the years, but it's mainly stayed with country music. I got a lot of bands that I've listened to through the years, and most recently it'd be Zach Brown and Chris Stapleton, I think, are the biggest influences now and how I've kind of refined my style vocally and musically.
How you play, yeah. Oh, that is so cool, man. So versatile.
It's fun. It's when you put yourself in a box, you limit yourself. When you take the sides and top off the box, and it's limitless. You get influences and information and music from everywhere.
Now, was it a little out of your comfort zone to get that idea and be like, let me explore some of these other facets of playing?
Yeah, I like to take songs and put them on acoustic guitar. Dance Monkey is a fun one to play on acoustic guitar. My kids wanted to hear it, so I learned it, and I love playing it. I love taking songs and putting them to an acoustic guitar or like a country sound or a country rock sound. Yeah. And it's a lot of fun, just kind of having that musical freedom with it.
Yeah. Damn, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing. Mm-hmm. Also, I like your shirt, man.
Oh, thanks. Big fan of yours.
And what about you, Marissa?
Well, I grew up mostly on country. After I started playing fiddle, I just remember being in the car with one of my parents. I don't remember which one it was, but a Shania song came on, and there was fiddle in that. I was like, "There's fiddle in this. I play fiddle. I like this kind of music."
So it's pretty easy to connect.
Yeah,
I like this.
Yeah, so I've listened to 90s country growing up, and obviously ever since. But I also have a bunch of other eclectic things that I like to listen to that are really random, like the old school crooners. Mm-hmm. Love that. I like swing of every genre, and like blues.
Yeah, you were talking about bluegrass earlier. Mm-hmm.
Bluegrass and blues.
Oh, there's a difference. I didn't know that. Okay. Actually, okay, now I'm gonna ask about that real quick. What is the difference?
Blues is more like, think of like 40s. How do you describe blues?
Right, you can find blues versus bluegrass. We need like a few hours. Bluegrass, I don't know how much history do you need.
But you guys all know. I can tell you guys know what each other are talking. Okay.
So like the instrumentation of bluegrass is like you've got an upright bass, you've got a guitar, you've got a fiddle, you've got a banjo.
Okay.
Occasionally you'll have a mandolin. Occasionally you'll have like a dobro, something like that. And there's no drums. Sorry.
Yeah, no.
But it's
that's
very,
what the banjo's for.
Yeah, exactly. It's very old school, like Americana type of stuff. Okay. Blues is more like soulful.
Yes.
Okay, I know what you're talking about now. So it's almost like the blues are more instrumental focused, whereas like the bluegrass is like a good balance of the mix of the instrumentals, but also like in the vocals, the power of the vocals.
Also
and the
super
story.
tight harmonies and bluegrass.
Yeah. Yep.
Blues is more soloistic.
Kind of going with the flow.
Yeah.
A little bit. It's almost like poetry, almost. I feel
Yeah.
like now I think about it.
Yeah.
Listen to Albert King.
Dang. Okay.
But yeah, that and like, I mean, I like anything pop, jazz. If it's good, I like it.
Yeah. I feel that.
Yeah. My favorite singer to cover is Miranda Lambert vocally.
Oh, she is good.
Yes, I love her so
She's
much.
really good. There's actually a song called I believe it's her and Ellie King. Is it?
Elle King.
It's called Drunk. Elle
Yes.
King.
Drunk
And
and It's a good one.
I'm planning to have it in the series I'm working on, and I want to do a shot of it at Doc's holiday, like have a whole choreographed dance to it, and like,
Oh, fun.
oh yeah, it's she's
That'll be
she's
fun.
fantastic.
Yeah, I love her. And of course, Shania and George Strait.
What about the Dixie Chicks?
Yes. The
Okay.
Dixie Chicks. I had the album Fly on repeat for many, many months in my adolescence.
Okay.
Her and Leanne Rimes had that CD. Taylor Swift's first CD.
Yes. Wait, is that the? Wait, okay, no, that was just titled Taylor Swift. Because I got like Taylor Swift. There's Speak Now, and then there's Red. Are like the. Well, no, and then there's. I feel like there's one more, but Speak Now
Yeah.
was one of my favorite.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, definitely one of my favorite. You
Her
Belong to
first
Me.
album I had on repeat. I knew every word, every song.
Teardrops on My Guitar.
Yes.
Oh man, and her
Tim
music
McGraw.
videos are always so good. It's so creative.
Yeah.
My favorite band is Styx.
I don't think I've heard of them before.
America.
Come Sail Away.
Oh, for real? That was them? Come Sail Away?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I found out, I think it was this year even, their bass player quit. And I was like, I need to call these guys. I want a chance at this job. I grew up just loving that band. And I know it's not country.
No, this is literally just about like what inspired you to love music, and so like.
But and of course, brought up in a music family with
the director of
all that. Yeah. Well, and I like America too. Do you know that one?
Do you have a song by
Sister Golden Hair? I mean, Horse with No Name.
Horse with No Name.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Who knows? Honestly, like it could be one of those chances. Like unless you take it, you'll never know. So it might be worth the call. And
I think they got somebody.
Well, that is cool though. To the fact though that was something that is even a possibility. Thank you for sharing that, dude. And you?
Yeah, I made a list of them.
Oh yeah. I love it. I love it.
Right, no, I just kind of made a list of like drummers, because I'll start talking forever about music I like, so I just was like, I need to write it in.
A little bit of
So yeah, I got a list of drummers, and these are all specific ones that when I was younger, I either saw live, play live somewhere, or like saw their band, or saw like a live record, like a pro live, like a DVD recording of like a, you know what I mean? So like or live albums. So that's all stuff that I listened to and like heard their live playing, and like so I kind of take that as a specific influence. We got Vince Rogers from the band Terramellos. I saw them. They like kind of changed my whole perspective on music. Joe Tomino from Dub Trio. They were an opening band for just a band that, and like again just changed like. I don't want to talk. I'm just saying names. If anybody wants to look this up, I don't want to talk forever, right?
No, you're good, man.
Brian Viglione from the Dresden Dolls. This is someone I didn't see live. I had the DVD that I used to always watch to like psych myself up for when I would play shows before, really, because it was like just like his live performance was something really special. Jose Pasillas from the band Incubus. That's the one people are probably familiar with, actually. He's just, I don't know, I had an Incubus DVD and like I was really taken by how he approached and like how it already kind of resembled how I played drums, but just at like, 200% higher level of like everything. Like, man, this is like what I hear right in my head, and like I'm not black, and then Mitch Mitchell from the Jimi Hendrix Experience. It was his second drummer, his second group, his first group band of gypsies. His second group was Jimi Hendrix Experience. A couple of British guys were his rhythm section. Mitch Mitchell is the drummer. Just a really special player. I don't know. Like you can find lots of live footage of him from back in the day. I had a live album, like a Jimi Hendrix Experience out of Berkeley, I think was the record. Just like, again, changed everything. Like when you hear it, you're like, man, wow. And then to bring it back around to country music a little bit, like I had said, I hadn't really listened to a lot. I listened to lots of music, but country was just never, and my parents weren't country music people, so I just wasn't exposed to it as a kid. So I just never got into it. So like listening to all the music that I was learning for this band, probably like the drummer that stood out to me the most was the drummer for George Strait. I noticed like on all his songs, like, man, these are like real good drums, and I looked it up and he had a consistent drummer who recorded and played with him for all, I don't know if you guys knew this or know this or not, I don't know. Yeah, his name was Mike Kennedy. Fortunately, he died in 2018 in an automobile accident, but he had recorded like all of his classic records with him and stuff, and had played with him since like the 90s. And so he's definitely, for country drummers, I think, he would be a good influence, and that's what I'm aiming for when I'm playing for these guys. I'm like, that's my platonic ideal of like a...
You cannot go wrong with anything surrounding George Strait.
Yeah, that's what I was like, everything, like, this is like just perfect, like exactly what I like. I would never really think to play exactly like that, and so that's been a good influence on me. And there's one more I just want to can't leave out. I don't know their name. I tried to figure out this person's name, looked far and wide, and it's probably the reason I even answered the ad in the first place. I think I mentioned this to you guys one time. I guess it was last summer, 2025. In the park, there had a Garth Brooks tribute act that was just called Garth Live. They play in Arizona a lot, so I think they may be Arizona based. But the drummer for that act, like, I was like very inspired by that. It kind of like, I hadn't listened to country music. My wife likes country music, so we went to see the George Strait tribute act, or Garth Brooks tribute act rather, and like I was like, man, that was some of the best drumming I've ever watched. And then I was like, I think I could play in a country band. Actually, I could be like that guy. I think I could do that. Actually, yeah. That's probably the only reason I said if I hadn't gotten that show, I don't know if I would even be here.
It inspired you,
And Garth Brooks is like the energy that I try to put forth in shows.
Yeah.
Like his live performances. I had all the VHSs. I had books on about Garth Brooks. I had all of his cassettes, DVDs, CDs, you name it, I had it. But like his energy that he puts out in every single show is phenomenal. You see him sprinting across the stage. I can do that. Got bad knees.
Our stages aren't big enough. That's the reason why.
Yeah, that's kind of I got bad knees. But I love the energy that he puts forth. Like that Garth Brooks bands is phenomenal. Gosh, so much energy. Cool. Sorry.
That is cool, because what this is doing is like, it's showing me that from like all you guys have your own different influences that brought you to music, like a love to enough to perform it and pursue it. But then also, there are so many, and yet still you guys chose to focus in on country. Like some of you like country more than others, but the fact that you guys all decide, we're gonna do this, and then go forward with it, like that is so cool. I'd like just to recognize it. Again, like the Avengers of music. I guess that goes into this for you guys is, what is the importance of music to you guys? Like, why do you resonate it? Because there's a lot of things people enjoy, shows, people enjoy this and that, but you know, you got brought to this in a very big way. So, like, what is it that's powerful for you?
Expression. It gets whatever's inside your head and your heart out. You know, everybody can hear a song and will feel something different, from the words, the tone, the instruments, even all the way to the drums, the bass line, guitars. They're going to feel something different from everybody else. No one's going to feel the same exact thing that anybody else will when they hear a song. It's going to hit them differently. And it's amazing. For me, like I love just being able to play, and I love being able to see if I can bring joy to people that are listening to me either sing or play guitar. It means a lot to me. And it's just a good way to get what's inside your head out, and it gets even if it's not your song, it's a cover. You know, that's what we do, is covers. But I get to put my emotion into that song. Like how I feel is maybe different from the writers of the song, but it could be the same.
But you're channeling those into the lyrics.
I internalize it and try to put it out and give everything I have into every single song. Because if I just sing a song, then I'm just, you know, people aren't going to feel it. But if I sing a song, you know, I can get that emotional response from people.
Yeah, and sometimes it becomes like despite what people think, I'm feeling it right now, and I'm just gonna sing it that way, and it just naturally radiates. And get that. What about you?
For me, it's joy.
Yeah.
Like, I started playing live at a point where, like, I needed to do something for myself, and I knew that, I mean, who doesn't love fiddle music?
Facts.
You hear fiddle and it makes you happy. It's like the banjo or the ukulele, you know? It's one of those instruments that just, like, it brings a smile on people's faces, you know? So I wanted to do that more, and the rest is history.
Okay, very cool.
That's my answer.
Wait, is it really? Because that'd be
Kind of, because I told you how I met this guitar player. He was playing in a band, and we became friends. And I wanted to get it. I was learning guitar and then bass, and all of a sudden we're putting a band together because they need a bass player. So and I just naturally liked it. I don't know. Maybe if they had needed a fiddle player, I would have been a fiddle player.
But you resonated with it.
Yeah, and it's like Kurt was saying. When you have a good night, you're all playing well. There's a natural high that's not aided by drug or anything.
This is the experience.
And when you're playing bad, there's a natural
We've all experienced both of those.
The ebb and flow of performance.
You know, the hope is that you have more of the good nights than the bad nights, but you have bad nights.
Well, thank you for sharing that. What about you?
Well,
He said, I got something.
I know, right? And I definitely wanted to get with like what Kurt was saying about expression. It's just everyone needs something to express themselves, and art is a really good avenue for that. And if you don't have something to like your creativity, exactly, something to channel it into. Music is just the avenue that works for me the best. I've tried other like art things. I think a lot of music people are also just art people broadly, and have dabbled in other stuff. I've done like ceramics and like a little bit, but music is always the thing that like really
you feel solid.
Yeah, it's
more than a hobby.
Yeah, exactly. It's more than a hobby. You feel, and like, you know, just since I was a kid, it's weird, but I guess not everybody listens to music as deeply. You know, some people, like, I feel like everybody likes music. It's pretty weird and uncommon to find someone who would just say they don't even like music at all. But a lot of people, it's more of a background to them, or like they're, you know, you tell them what kind of music you like. Well, anything that's got a beat I can dance to, and that's fine. And like, but some people like hear it deeper, like connect with it deeper, and like really
resonate.
Yeah, resonate. And it's kind of just a funny thing to even just think about abstractly, like music as a concept of just like making noises, people getting together, and we all agree that sound like this is a pleasing thing that we all do. Just I don't know. It's kind of just very strange that it's just emerging across all cultures too, and it's always different. But everyone has music and everyone has rhythm, and it's I don't know, it's a very human enterprise, so it feels good to be part of that.
Yeah, I believe in that very strongly. I'm working on this series, and a lot of it uses popular music, and you know that's a big kind of thing, and it brought an interesting kind of conundrum, I guess, because it's like it's really wild to think. Like, in a way, music is gatekept in some aspects. Because, like, we can go on YouTube, you can look up Garth Brooks, you can look up whatever you want and listen to it for free, you know. But then, like, for each person, that's a playlist. Like, or those songs, like you said, have a specific meaning. Like, it could be really important to you for one meaning, and then for him, it could also be super important, but for a totally different thing. And so that inspires us to go forward and gives us that, you know, whatever we're going through, processing emotions, like what you said, expression. And it's just like, it dawned on me, it's like, isn't it wild to think that, like, out of all the evolvements that we've gone through as humans throughout the years of history, music has persisted, because there are some things that fall away, but yet music is in so many things. It's in nature. I mean, birds, the way they communicate. It's a warning, you know, for like battle drums sometimes, and like there's just so many different facets to it. and it still persists, which to me means that it's very important to the human experience on some level, and it's an art that is specifically meant to share.
Right, that was the other thing I wanted to touch before we moved on was the social aspect of it all. It's that, like, you can sit and play music all you want all by yourself, but sharing it with others or experiencing and creating it with others is really where it's at, you know. A lot of stuff is fine to do on your own, but when you get others involved, that's when it really starts
the magic
off.
starts to come in, because it really is like, it's that emotion. Like, there's one consistent thing that everyone can relate to, and that's emotions. We have anger. Everyone feels anger, sadness, happiness, joy, like all those things. But there's a flow to it, and music, I feel like it can express every single one of those, and so that's why it's unique and specific to each person that listens to it, you know. And that's why I'm like, inherently this thing is meant to be shared, and it is just, it's so cool to hear you guys, like, I don't know, just talk about and like feel the same way about it. Like, that is cool. So I'm with you on that 100%. So thanks for sharing that, guys. If you could play right alongside any musician, dead or alive, for one song, who would you choose? What would it be, and why?
Man. Okay, I'll start.
Yeah.
But it's I thought about this for a while, and I couldn't narrow down to one.
Okay,
I'm going to have that same problem.
I have a few for different reasons.
Okay, let's do three. We'll do
Perfect, I have three. Good morning.
Let's go.
All right, so first, Tracy Bird.
Okay.
The reason being, he's a Beaumont boy. So Beaumont boys are Clay Walker, Tracy Bird, and Mark Chestnut. I'm from Beaumont, Texas, and I would love to be able to play with Tracy Bird one day. What song? Any song. I loved what he did. With all of his music, big influence. I'd love to be able to just play and sing one song with him. Zach Brown, just the musical diversity that he takes. I love it. I love the musical freedoms that he takes, and really almost any song with Zach Brown as well. Like I would want to just play anything with him, and I'd love to sing harmonies with him. I just love everything when it comes to music from the Zach Brown band.
Yeah.
And last but definitely not least, Chris Stapleton.
Yep.
Huge influence on me as of the last few years. Just the emotion, the rawness that he puts into his songs, the grittiness. It's amazing. To be able to sing any song. It can be "You Are My Sunshine." It wouldn't matter. Just to have that opportunity and the privilege to sing with him.
Oh man, there's a song that Ed Sheeran, Bruno Mars, and I believe Chris Stapleton. Blow.
Yeah.
Oh,
great song. Yeah.
I wish they would do that together at some point.
Yeah.
Like I don't think they've done it live together yet, but
no. That's a really good song.
I feel you on that. What about you?
Well, I mean, every fiddler's dream is to play Amarillo by Morning by George Strait. So
Yes.
I mean, I get to play it every night with these guys, which is amazing.
That's so okay. So it's a core song to the set.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah,
It is.
definitely.
So then, is that the only one, or you got
I mean, there's artists who I would love to play
Taylor
with.
Swift one? Huh?
Not really, because she's not really country anymore.
Okay.
Just for the clout, though, you wouldn't want to play with them.
I mean, yeah.
Think about it. What about since a fellow, I believe she's a violinist, Lindsay Sterling, right?
Yeah, so I've seen her in concert. She's amazing. She's a violinist, not a fiddler.
Okay, that's what.
But she's amazing. I have actually yet to learn any of her songs. I could. I just don't really have a reason to.
Okay, fair enough.
But I love her. She's amazing.
Okay.
But I mean, I love Miranda Lambert, but she doesn't. She's got maybe 5 songs in her entire repertoire that have fiddle in it. Carrie Underwood has a left fiddle.
She'd be
So
fun.
that would be amazing. And of course, my favorite fiddle player is Janae Fleener. She is CMA Musician of the Year 6 years running now.
Dang.
She's amazing. Basically, if you hear a fiddle on the radio today, it's her.
Probably her. Okay.
Yeah. And I've met her, and she's amazing. I love her so much. I would love to play with her.
That is so
Yeah.
cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
There's a band Midland that some of the members grew up in
Sonoida.
Sonoida. Their parents owned it, right?
Stake out.
Not too long ago, there was a rumor, this wasn't that long ago, that they were in Tucson for some reason. and there was a rumor that one or more of them might show up at Doc's. Well, I brought my bass. I had learned drinking problems, so I could play with no mistakes. You know, I'm like, hey, you know, that would have been like.
You got with Aaron about it too.
Yeah, like,
I think Aaron's
That is cool.
they didn't show up. Travis Tritt, Where Corn Don't Grow. Of course, Tommy Shaw and Too Much Time on My Hands, I guess.
I think I've heard that.
And then anything with America.
Okay. Man, that's interesting because that's the second time you brought up something where it's like, again, possibility was there. Then it's like,
yeah, but
I don't know, man. I feel like you could have tracked something. Like you keep doing this thing, and like there might be something you end up pulling.
it was fun to dream about it, but I didn't expect that was going to happen.
Okay. Well, it's cool though that you got ready for it and that you.
I even got on Facebook and went to all of his profiles and messaged him.
Oh, that is so cool.
That's such a good
smart.
song. She was like, I love that song. I never get sick of it. I was like, are you getting tired of this yet?
That is awesome. What about you?
Well, I had to think a little bit about
I was
it.
about to say, I'm surprised there's no list.
A dream cloud. Well, it's just one. I had the note, but I just checked first.
I got one.
Consult it. Yeah. As like a drummer, it's harder to like think about collaborating with your like drum heroes, right? Because what are you gonna do together? You're gonna do a solo battle or something like that. You know, that's not
a good point.
Right. That's the thing. But I don't really like do that. I'm not, I don't have that sort of a skill set. But so I think I was more thinking about what other musicians I would like. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Who I would like to like. And I would like to play, I would love to write a song with Nick Reinhardt from the band Terra Mellows. I mentioned them earlier. They're just like, were an important band to me when I was younger. They're not around anymore, but he's still around. He still records and plays. He's played with a lot of just like some favorite drummers of mine through the years. He's collaborated with. I just really like what he plays, and I would love to. You know, talking about a dream collab, sure, I'd love to be locked in a room with Nick Reinhardt.
Figure out what you can create.
Right, a jam. Yeah.
You know what? That's interesting. I would hope that would happen for you because I mean, the fact that that's open now, like that he's not in a band. Like,
yeah, I mean, he
that
just
is
like, as far
opening.
as I know, he's like an unemployed musician. He's just like, posts on Twitter about working at Halloween Horror Nights. So, you know, I don't know if I ever wanted to make my way to LA. Maybe.
Dude, it might be worth the thing because I mean, think about it. That trip up there, and you find him. Or, heck, you could spend like maybe a couple days there just because you know if you go up there for one day and then it's the one day he's not working, you're like, damn, all that gas.
Yeah.
But if you end up making it like a little vacation and then kind of like every day just checking in, that could be your end, dude. Just be like, hey, dude, would you ever want to jam?
Find out.
Like, and just take a cajon maybe.
Just a regular guy, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Like at the end of the day, that's what everyone is, just a person, you know? Are there any originals that you guys have written? And if so, would you guys ever throw it into performance? Or like, are you looking to expand on that? Or is it just kind of, do you guys just like doing covers?
All covers.
Okay.
We do. I have some originals, some that were written many, many years ago, and a couple I'm working on right now. Hopefully, after I get back from this songwriting camp that I'm heading to in November, it'll strike up a lot more stuff, and I can start working on a lot more originals.
Gotcha. Okay. Very cool. Now, would you guys ever like record?
I think given the opportunity, I think we would.
If your songs are good enough.
Yeah, if my songs are good enough, yeah.
That'd be a fun little side project.
You have an original, don't you?
Yeah, I wrote an original in a previous band, and we actually put out a CD that we did ourselves. I mean, it wasn't a record company or anything.
No, you good.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Bring that in.
Yeah, that'd be cool to listen to somebody. Hey, if you had that, heck, I could.
It's on. We've since put it on YouTube. Like the whole thing's on YouTube, so you don't have to actually go get a CD.
We have CDs still, but
I was about to say,
I
yeah.
have a CD.
If you
and he
wanna
actually
send me the
copyrighted
link
his
for that.
song.
If you just look up Cheyenne Sierra Vista Band, you'll get all that stuff. We used to play at Dylan's when that's a place, a bar that used to be near UPS.
Okay.
We were kind of the house band there. Yeah.
Okay.
And there's some clips I put up from those years, which would have been the late 90s.
Yeah. No
Have you written
originals.
songs, Nick?
Actually, yeah, I have like another band now that we're writing originals in. Yeah, that just a friend. It's like kind of the first time I've ever tried writing. Like, he's a guitar player. I've known him for years, and we just got together and started writing stuff. And we're like, man, we want words for this, but we don't want to bring anybody else in. So it's like, all right, we're just gonna. So I just started trying to write the songs. So yeah, some drumming and singing in that project. So. That's in the works. Yeah. Well, I'm working on it. I'm saying where it's not quite ready for prime time yet, but it's in the works. So yeah, that's my songwriting has gone to that, and that's been very recent. But yeah, I've been dipping my toes into that.
That's
been a little bit recently. Yeah.
I like that because it's like it's a curiosity thing, and it reminds me a lot. Who was it? Chris Hemsworth, the guy who plays Thor. Mm-hmm. He has this series, I believe it's called Limitless, mm-hmm. and he does all these things, but he kind of kicked it into overdrive when he got the diagnosis that there was a possibility he could, was it Alzheimer's or like dementia or something like that later, like in his genes or something like that. So he's trying to exercise those memory muscles a bit more, and also just like make a bit more of the time to like really have those memories. And one of the things he did, which was really cool, unexpected, like crossover for me, because you have Thor from the Marvel universe mixing with one of my favorite artists, Ed Sheeran, and Ed actually asked if he wanted to learn drums and do a song with him on stage. Cool. And so Chris Hemsworth ended up learning a song. I think it was what was it? Was it Perfect? I don't know. Some I'd have to look it up, but yeah, he did that, and it was just cool to like see them like and just hear how he was like, oh, you know, like it was new for me, and just like at first I was like, oh yeah, I got this, but then working up closer and closer, and he just like started to feel nervous, but then as he got on stage and stuff, he was just like, all right, I'm just gonna do it in the zone. And he was talking about the high, like you guys were talking about that natural performance high, and it was just cool to see people step out of their comfort zone in something kind of familiar but not quite. And
yeah, everyone should try to learn to play drums.
Yeah.
It's a very, very fulfilling experience, yeah.
I know for me it's hard to
should try.
Hold the rhythm, I will say. Like I can get it for a little bit, but then it's like hold it. I'm like,
the thing is, as soon as it clicks though, you're like, oh really? This is special, yeah.
Alright, I might have to practice.
Yeah.
Because I know like for us, like rhythm guitar, like playing the guitar, it's fairly like you get used to it and whatnot, and that's the way we keep rhythm. But like there's intricacy when it comes to like the actual drum part, because you have so many instruments in front of you, and like the hi-hats, the bass drum, and then
it can be overwhelming, but like it's, you know, at the core of it is like usually pretty simple stuff that you're focusing on, you know.
Yeah.
At least at first, right?
Well, I'm sure you learn the sounds too. Like each drum has a specific sound, and you kind of feel it out and just ride that natural music flow. What is a favorite movie you guys genuinely enjoy watching?
Spaceballs.
They're making a sequel.
I know. So that's my type of comedy. Like all Mel Brooks movies.
Okay.
That's my type of comedy. Like I read that question, there was no doubt in my head what movie it was gonna be.
Yeah, lighthearted, and it's just humor. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Very cool. Very cool.
My favorite movie is Burlesque, and I've never watched it enough. I love it. I love Christina.
Oh, she's so good, and just like, and even the story of just like you get to see like the industry kind of like on the inside, and just the complexity of it and how fast it can change. But also that what I liked from it was that kind of is gumption the right word? Where it's just like she was faced with a few things, and she just like, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, she still went for it.
Yeah, and she just and she killed it. Oh my gosh, she killed it.
Yeah, and Kristen Bell's in it, and Cher, yes. And Julian Huff, and I love the whole cast.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
It was a solid show.
Stanley Tucci, love him.
Oh, he's great.
He's so great.
He's so
yeah.
I don't know. I like science fiction.
Who doesn't?
It's hard to pick out a favorite, I guess.
Okay. What about okay? So, do you like Star Wars?
Yeah, I like Star Wars. Yeah.
Do you like Star Wars or Star Trek better?
I like them both.
I feel about Star Wars. But I feel like Star Trek has its own uniqueness to it too. Yeah.
Yeah, and now they have so many different. And most of them are very good.
But I suppose like something like Back to the Future would also be counted as science fiction, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Something. Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to think of Stanley Kubrick's movie that's kind of a classic.
Which one? 2001.
Yeah, that's the one. It's really a slow-moving kind of, not a lot going on, but I like it. I don't know. It's kind of a classic.
Yeah. Although I will say
it's weird.
The what?
It's weird, the beginning is the ape sitting around the thing throwing. I mean, it's just bizarre, but
That'd be an interesting movie to watch. I'm gonna have to check that one out.
Yeah.
Because you said slow pace, and like the slowest movie I can think of, my cousin showed me, and is it's called The Room. And
It's not like that, right?
yeah, I know. And I'm like, so like I'm sure it's like unique and slow, but like okay, so someone knows, and it's like The Room goes a very slow, but it's also just a very quirky movie in its own right. Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, I feel like it have some space or pace to it. And I mean, if it started off with the ape, just doing that's already.
Those escape room movies, I like those too.
Yeah. Okay.
That whole genre, they're kind of interesting.
Yeah. All right. Wait, one more question though. So then you like the Alien films?
That's not my favorite franchise.
Okay.
Yeah, that's too much.
Too much gore.
Yeah.
How about
Too
the
intense?
Ape? You like that ape movie?
Oh, Planet of the Apes.
Yes.
They're okay. I mean,
Okay.
Well, I can't
The list is back.
I'm gonna just. It was either skip the question. I can't give one. I'm gonna give a non-ordered list of just like 10. One. I didn't do any double up from any directors. One off from each. Okay. So again, non-order. I picked 10 because that's as narrow as I could get. I'm gonna go Big Lebowski, Coen Brothers movie, right?
Okay.
RoboCop.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Thing. Yeah, RoboCop is one of my favorites of all time. The Thing. For horror, that's you can't.
Oh yeah,
really-
that's
which one?
The Thing, the first one, or well, I guess it's the second one. The Carpenter one.
Kurt Russell?
Yeah, the Kurt Russell,
Okay.
John Carpenter
Okay,
one.
gotcha.
Yeah. Wild at Heart, the David Lynch movie with Nicolas Cage. It's like it's a fantastic movie. Videodrome, again, that's genre stuff. Cronenberg. Bad Santa for holiday.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
unbeatable. I gotta watch it every year. Bug, William Friedkin Bug. It's a film version of a stage play that's just real. I don't know. It'll make your skin crawl.
Is that the one where they're in that hotel?
Yeah.
Oh, there I saw that. That is.
Yeah, it is affecting.
That is something.
Then to lighten it up, I got Goodwill Hunting. That's just one of my favorite drama romantic.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Robin Williams, right?
The music, yeah, Robin Williams. The Elliott Smith
Oh.
soundtrack is like incredible. The whole all the music is, or most of it is Elliott Smith, and if not all, I don't know. Fantastic movie. Royal Tenenbaums. Wes Anderson is one of his first movies. Royal Tenenbaums. It's just like about a family, a bunch of great characters. I don't know. It's real good. I don't want to go too much into it, but watch it. Yeah, and I'll round it out with Toxic Avenger, from the '80s.
And now they have a reboot coming out.
Classic. They just had its brief theatrical run a couple weeks ago. I was lucky enough to go see it in Tucson. You can watch it on streaming now or buy the DVD pre-order.
What's so funny is that I feel like this is one of those, or at least for me,
It's not sponsored by the Toxic Avenger, but you brought it up, so I got to tell you.
No, 100%. It's funny because I would see that like sporadically here and there, like talked about like Toxic Avenger, and I was just like, I've never heard of this. I still haven't seen the movies, but it just kept reappearing, and then this reboot came of it, and if I remember correctly, following it, it still has or at least some of the original cast.
No, well, it's a full there's none of the original cast from the '80s movie years left or anything. But this movie, I don't know, it was stuck in development hell for a long time. It was unreleased, like it was finished and released in at film festival or whatever, and then it didn't get a distributor, so it was basically sitting in limbo for a year or 2 years until it was bought by I don't know whatever the Scream Factory horror distributor that put it out and gave it a theatrical run and is getting a DVD run, whatever. But yeah, it's cool. It's great. You know.
Yeah, dude, it has an 87% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. I
was
recommend it. Yeah,
man,
go see it, support it. They need the money, I guess.
Man, that's awesome. Dude, I'm glad you liked it.
I'm a fan. Yeah, I'm a fan of the weird stuff. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Are there any travel plans for you guys?
Travel.
Like, would you ever consider?
Tucson.
If not,
We are going to Tucson on
you guys are going to Tucson.
Yes.
On Sunday.
Oh snap! Okay, so
The Maverick. Going at the Maverick.
is that then your first kind of travel together as this version of the band?
We've played in Tucson one other time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We played at Eddie's Cocktails in Tucson before. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Tucson's the first we've gone so far.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So far.
So far.
That I like that mindset. Now, would you guys ever consider playing at Whiskey Roads?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It'd be so cool because I've been there once. I remember my friend Jerry was in a band. It's had a couple different names. I think the latest one was Triple Shove, but yeah, and it's so good. The dude is awesome. But I went there and I had never heard of Whiskey Roads before, but it is such a cool place. Like I would say it's like the docks over but for Tucson and stuff. So I feel like if you guys do so well at docks, I've seen you guys a few times. So to imagine you guys then in Tucson at Whiskey Roads, I was like,
I've played there a few times.
yeah?
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
It's fun. The Maverick and Whiskey Roads are like competitors. They're like the two main honky tonks up there.
Oh, I didn't
So
know
they're
that.
very similar vibes. I would say the Maverick is more like it's more similar vibes to Docks than it is to Whiskey Roads. Whiskey Roads is like newer.
Okay.
And they used to be actually across the street from where they are now in a smaller building. But they moved over there a few years ago, and I really like what they've done with the place. It's really nice, and their restaurant section is nice, and it's like separate from the honky tonk, so it's like not as loud, which is good for
People want to just eat.
yeah. Whereas at the Maverick, it's all basically just like spread out in front of you.
Yeah.
But they're both really nice places. I'm excited to play there on Sunday.
That's awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing about it. So that'd be very cool. And I guess we are at the last question. Do you guys have any tips or advice for those who like to form a band in the future?
Man, for anybody that wants to form a band, be open-minded. Don't limit yourself to just like a particular genre artist, because music can cross boundaries, and just like Nick, and have fun. Be okay with change, and be okay with input. And, because this is fun. If it stops being fun,
When there's no collaboration.
You got to reassess. It's got to be fun. That's my biggest thing, I think.
Yeah, I feel that. And that's in anything you do. If you can find the fun in it, that's what I think adds that longevity to it, because you're just, it's that inner child aspect. Everyone has it, and that's what we love to do.
And if you enjoy what you do, you never work a day in your life.
Exactly, and it's man, and it sparks, I think, that creativity too, because it's like you're having fun. It's like, and pretend we did this, pretend we did that, and then it's like, but then there's this, and then that collaboration starts, and it's just then the ideas start bouncing on each other, and it becomes these great ideas, but then combined into just something totally unique. So yeah, definitely keep the fun.
Just go for it.
Just go
If it's
for it.
something you want to do it. Yeah.
Because you'll never know if you don't do it.
Exactly.
So you can surprise yourself, which I feel like a lot of times I think people are surprised how much they can surprise themselves.
Yeah.
Don't wait till someday.
Yeah. And when I first joined a band, I did not think I was good enough. I thought they gave me a couple songs to learn and to go practice with them, and I was like, it's fine. I'll just do what I can do, and then they'll tell me that I'm not good enough, and it's fine, and I'll move on. But they love me, so
yeah.
You never know. You need to just go for it.
Exactly. And the thing I like to think about with that mindset too is all the people that influence, what we were talking about earlier, our greatest influences, and the people we're just we look up to in these aspects, either music or movies or whatever you're passionate about. They had a beginning too. They had an origin where, whenever anyone starts anything new, there's going to be a learning curve and a journey to it, and you get better as you go. But yeah, just go for it, because you have to start it, in order to really blossom it or give it the chance to. So yeah, it's good advice.
One of the toughest things in a band is hiring and firing.
I bet.
And I guess the advice I'd give somebody starting out is don't focus too much on ability, focus on personalities, because you get somebody in there that plays great but they don't get along with anybody, it's not worth it. You know, you'd have been better off getting the guy that had promise and got along with everybody.
Yeah, no, I agree with that 100%, because I mean it speaks volumes just as a person, because I think all of it's energy, you know, and when you have a whole bunch of people like who are collaborating, who want to have fun, that just creates even more magic to the band. But you have that person who's kind of like a little bit, you know, pessimistic on it all the time.
It can break up the whole band.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be, devastating.
There's so many people I've seen where they're very solid and like they're amazing at what they do, like craft-wise, but then sometimes the personality really does kind of mess with it.
It comes with a lot of baggage. Unfortunately, it can.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's really solid advice too. Thank you.
I'm pretty much gonna echo the idea of just going for it. Just try it. If you want to play music, then you just have to do it. You don't have to wait. You don't have to. A lot of people, I feel like maybe you're waiting for permission from some abstract idea. Like you can go play. No, you just have to. If you acquire the thing to create the music with, and then you just start doing it, and you have to put yourself out there. If you want to, it's not gonna happen for you. You're not gonna be recruited necessarily into like. If you want to play music with people, well, all right. But that's like you had already established yourself. So like in a way, like that's you had already you've done the step of putting yourself out there. You know what I mean? You had. But if you're just sitting at home playing by yourself, like if that's not doing it for you, then you really just have to take the initiative yourself. If you can't find a band to join, then start your own band. And like if you can't find a drummer, then like. Start programming drums or start learning how to play drums and start, if you have music that you want to get out, then like you're the only one who's going to get it out of you, so you got to just try it.
Yeah,
just try it. And it might be bad. And here's the thing, everyone always says this, you're your worst critic, right?
Yeah.
And you're always going to hear yourself worse and people are so supportive, and anytime, in the music communities that I've always been around, everyone is always supportive. It doesn't like they're gonna tell you you're doing a good job and you're doing your best. You're not. There's a lot of anxiety around playing badly, and just a lot of that is just unfounded, because like in the moment people are just having fun. The people who are watching are just having fun. They're not going to notice your little
like, oh, there's a chord that didn't sound right, or there's a
in 99% of those cases you're the only one who matters. These guys, we don't even notice when each other mess up. Like, we'll finish it like, oh gosh, sorry. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know, like whatever. Like you're the one paying the most attention to what you're doing, and you're going to notice all that stuff. But really you're just being in the moment. And
having fun with it.
Yeah, having fun with it. Yeah.
You fail forward.
Yeah, you just
Jack Black sits.
And I'm like a really shy person, but I really like performing music. I don't know, like it's like the one thing where I like to be the center of attention. Even right now, I'm like sweating. I don't know, like
dude, you're awesome.
Ooh, it's a lot, but I like playing music because I feel like that's where I'm in control. I know,
it's your zone.
Yeah, right. Your confidence comes out, and you're just like, all right, I know what I'm doing here. This is, yeah.
Oh man, I love it when it's like, oh, that's one of those things. I was talking about it with with Rhiannon actually the other night, about just I love those moments in movies or in real life or in music where like you're doing the thing, but then something happens, but you don't panic because there's either someone or even you. It's like, oh, you know what? They're good at this, and yes, it's been good, but now this is their time to really, like, where showing off the skills is going to save things. And it's just like, all right, do your thing. And it's like one of those moments where you're just like, all right, I'm going to kill this. And you're like, people know you're going to kill it. And it's just so cool when those moments happen. And so, like, hearing about you being in the zone, and like, there's so many things you can be self-conscious about, so many things, but then there's that one thing and you're like, but I can do that. And I'm going to do that. And that is cool to hear that from you, especially just like you opening up about your kind of anxiety, anxiety, because it is a real thing, especially I'm sure for performers, whether it be theater, musicians, or speakers and stuff like that. So one, props for all you guys for even getting up there, because a lot of people, they have that mindset of just, like, oh, I wish I could do that, and get up there, because just that alone, stepping on stage in front of a whole bunch of people takes a lot, and not everyone is willing or could do that. And then on top of that, you're showcasing something that you've been practicing, and whether it's good or whether you're still working on it, again, it's
you're making yourself vulnerable, and that's really scary. And, But I'll say again, I've never ever been to any live performance, like a small performance where people unprofessional or non-professional, I'm gonna say unprofessional, but like untrained, whatever. I've never been into any open mic or anything like that where the crowd wasn't just like totally supportive of people, and like. And maybe after they leave, and someone's gonna like, okay,
they're gonna talk.
He got some work to do, but they're not gonna. People aren't going to do that to you're not going to be shamed publicly for poor performance,
The word you're looking for is karaoke.
I avoid karaoke. I've never been to karaoke. I can't attest to anything.
But that shows the range of huge tolerance that people have.
Yeah. I don't have that tolerance. That's why I don't go to karaoke specifically. But that's the big thing. Is like just try it, and just like people will be supportive, and like
100%.
they're just gonna. They want more musicians. Want more musicians in the music community.
Yeah,
that's
a powerful thing.
It is.
Music can be used to when you're doing. Was it like ads for something and stuff? It can inspire people. Or it works on so many different levels. And just going out there and putting yourself out there. I remember, I started writing music literally just because I was sitting in my room on the bottom part of my bunk bed, and I was just like, I wonder what it's like to write a song. And it started off really simple. It'd be something like. She liked my shoes, and it took away my blues. And it's but as when you're first learning, you're like, whoa, that's I like that. That was fun, and it rhymed and it flowed, and you just start writing it down, and it's like I can do that.
Right.
Simple
potato chips. It writes itself.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just that's crazy. And then it kickstarted this whole thing into joining choir, learning guitar, recording music, writing and shooting music videos, and now here doing this. All that stemmed from just that curiosity question.
Giving yourself permission to try it.
Yeah, and then doing that first talent show in front of I think it was freshman year in high school. Oh man, the anxiety was through the roof, and I remember I was gonna sing "Just the Way You Are" by Bruno Mars, and I was still trying. Back then, my rhythm still wasn't quite there and stuff, but got up there and did it. And I remember coming out afterwards and was like, man, I want to do that again. Complete opposite of going into it. Yeah. And then that kickstarted, and it got more and more. And there's always going to be that kind of nervousness. And sometimes it has different forms where it's you're really kind of worried nervous. And then other times it's oh man, all right, it's here. The moment's here. And one way or another, all right, we're just going to go with it now. We have no choice. And it's just you got to have fun with it. And so yeah. Oh man. So yeah, you guys gave good advice. So thank you very much for doing this interview, the coffee shop sit-downs.
So we play every other Friday at Docks.
Okay.
The first, third, and fifth Fridays is when we play at Docks. Yeah. So far.
We're open for booking.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Always
Sweet.
open. Yeah.
We love weddings. We love private parties. Well, some of us love weddings. I love weddings.
Listen, I do too. Very much so.
We love private parties. We've done a couple, at least one. We like bars. Me and Kurt will do duos. We played in Sonoyta at some of the wineries. Yeah.
Now, would you guys ever be interested in, because we have this lovely sponsor of giving us this place to do this interview, Urbano's. They also have a place called the Onyx, which is just back in the back right there, and they do events there as well. Would you guys ever be interested in performing?
Yeah.
Always.
Here and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, because that'd be so cool to have you guys here.
Yeah.
Whether it be just focus on you guys, or if they're, because I know they have weddings here too and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
I'd love to play here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
It'd be great to play.
Okay, well maybe we're gonna figure something out then.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm always down to play music.
Very cool. Well, thank you very much guys for, like I said, doing this interview, and for Cool with them. for being here as well. This is awesome. Talking about first time doing things, this is my first time, videoing an interview like this, and I'm really looking forward to editing it and just getting it out there for people. Because this is something I think Todd and I were talking about for a while now. So for it to actually be here and happening is cool. This is kickstarting things, and it'd be nice to see how just get you guys out there and so more people know about you and just personalize it. It's fun to just talk to people and get their experiences, and especially fellow musicians and but even deeper than that, like the people, like each unique person and stuff. Every interview is gonna be different and stuff. So to have you guys as the first one is very special in my heart. So thank you for doing this and giving your time.
Thank you.
Well, thank you guys for watching an episode of Coffee Shop Sitdowns. It's been a really cool, interesting project to do. Doing this interview with the band Dustoff, and after never really doing something like this before, I felt like it went really good. Like it went great. And it was such a unique experience. So, but of course, in order to make this happen, there are a few people involved. You got Jessica and Rick at Urbano's for giving us the coffee shop sit down place. Oh my gosh, one of my favorite places to go. I get a pretty standard order, but like just the environment and everything, it is like my go-to place. So big shout out to Urbano's for allowing us to shoot this episode here, as well as Evan Eskew, who was also important in the filming and capturing this moment, this interview, and in fact, a lot of the shots in there are his, and it is just it has been fun to meld them together and be able to give you this interview, and Dave at Woohoo Productions for allowing me to use his tech to again capture this interview, and I've had a lot of help to make this happen, and just know that there are a lot of believing and helpful individuals out there, and for all of those who help make these moments possible, thank you. And without further ado, here's the end of the interview. Thanks for watching, and we'll see if something like this happens again. Sure, it'd be cool. But I hope you guys have a nice day or a nice night or whenever you're watching this, and until the next episode, toodles.